First, on YouTube, I'm absolutely shocked how much misleading information there is on replacing the auxiliary fan. And no place on the internet, YouTube, any place could I find anybody talking about the fuse that runs this fan. So, the car is all back together, it's working fine. First up, in the video, when I had the bumper out on top of the radiator, you'll see 4 nuts and 4 screws. The 4 nuts were what held the fan in place. That's it. Just remove those, fan comes off. The 4 screws, the part that I have leaning on the bumper, yeah, there's 3 screws on the top, and there's 2 Phillips head screws on each side. 1 at the bottom, and then 1 at the top. You gotta lift this little piece of rubber flap up, and then you can see it on the top. So that was 1, and I make a comment in it too that I've heard the big fan that runs off the motor, the engine, is useless. I don't think so. That fan moves a ton of air. When that engine gets hotter, that fan really engages. The clutch starts kicking in, and it really moves some air. So, and the bolts that actually hold the bumper on, they're Torx and they're number 50. So, on with the video. Hope this helps people. I'd shoot this and share it on YouTube for what it's worth. Auxiliary fan gave out on the car. I've watched a lot of videos on this, and first what I'm hearing is this fan is basically useless. You can run the car without it. I'm told that the auxiliary fan here is the most important part. So yeah, that's why my car was starting to get hot. And yeah, I had my wife look at the fan. When I turned the air conditioning on, you could barely just see it jerk. So that told me that the electrical part is okay, the fuse is okay. In any case, all the videos I've seen, they show removing headlights, taking the bumper completely off, removing the fog lights. I mean, ridiculous amount. So yeah, I undid the 2 bolts that they show in the video. I undid the screws underneath the bumper on that side, this side, and in front of the wheels on both sides, and you just pull the bumper out. It is a bit of a fight. I had to like whack one side and kind of got it out, do the other side, and just worked it out. Now, yeah, 3 screws here, and you can easily... Was there screws on the bottom? No, I don't think there was anything down below for that. No, there had to be something someplace. Now I can't remember, but you can easily tilt this away, and you can get down in there with a ratchet and a socket. You can get the 4 bolts off, which are those, and then there's 2 Phillips heads on mine down low, and you just pull the fan right out. So no problem. Waiting for the new fan now. They are expensive, $800. But the guy gave me a senior citizen discount, knocked $100 off of it. So I'm getting it for $700. That'll be done. The next thing I want to do is I want to get rid of the oil leak. So that's going to be a major job, pulling that valve cover off from the videos that I've seen. But this is easy to do. You don't have to take your whole car apart to replace this fan. And there's what the fan looks like, the old one at least. There's no resistor pack, anything. The wire just goes straight into the motor. I did put 12 volts. I had a huge 30 amp power supply. Put 12 volts on it and nothing. So I was lucky that once, just once, when my wife was looking, the fan kinda wanted to move. But if it's direct and I put 12 volts on it, it doesn't move, it's definitely dead. So, all right, finally got it fixed. Despite all the videos on YouTube that all clearly state 740i 2001, when you turn the air conditioning on, the auxiliary fan immediately comes on. It does not. And I'm now remembering, a lot of times I pulled my car into the garage and I've never heard that fan running, and I always have my air conditioning on. So here it is, all closed up already. But the interesting part that drove me nuts is if you read the cover here, it clearly states fuse number 9 is a 20 amp and it runs the auxiliary fan. When I come over and I start looking at these guys and count it out, slot 9 is empty. There is no fuse in it. So, and you look down in there with a flashlight for the contacts. There's one contact in there. The other contact is missing. So to me, you know, the manufacturer, when they redesign cables, they're not going to put one contact in and leave the other one out. But in any case, the fuse is well hidden. It's way down here. I don't know if the camera can, it's too dark. Let me get a flashlight here. And I couldn't believe the size of this fuse. Okay, so you're looking at the fuses and you look down here, there it is. The red, better get the flashlight on it somehow. A red 50 amp fuse just pulls right out. I think that was running a fan. Mine was blown. I don't know what it runs since nothing's labeled correctly. But bottom line, I showed how to replace the fan. There's where the fuse is hidden because nobody talks about it. And yeah, you'll see there's a bunch of other fuses up there. Probably I should you can freeze frame this if you have to compare any of this to